Okay, so I went around the floor and I found some low spots. The way I did that was I took a level. You could take a straight edge, it can be a bigger level. I wouldn't go much smaller because floors, they can have some dips and dives over a stretched area. In this case, the floor is very flat overall. It does have a few gouges. If the floor does have some dips and dives, you'll need to it's a basic re-pour of the floor, and there's some products out there that you buy and you mix up really soupy. You basically just pour it on and it levels itself out. If you do have any questions, the people at say Home Depot or Home Hardware or any of those or Lowe's, they'll be happy to help you out. Any place like that, they'll just let you know how to do it, go about it. But for this floor here, we just have some simple dips, ruts, I guess you'd call them. And so to tell if they're deep and if they're too deep, you just take your level and put it over top. This one obviously goes down far too much. Most people could see it by eye in this case, but if you're just not sure, level helps. Now the general rule is somewhere around, say, 1/4 inch. But in this case, it's just so wide, even if it's not that deep, you do want to fill it. It's just too much. Now the one beside it, if you see it there, personally I would totally be fine with this and leave it, because when you put your bed of mortar down before the tile goes on, it will fill this up. This will cause, but this big one will cause a problem in the long run. It'll eventually sink in, and you could have a crack due to it. So what you want to do is you take a brush and you just want to brush out anything that might be inside there. Now we did wash this floor down, so there actually isn't anything, but normally there would be some dust. You just brush it out, and then you want to take a wet cloth and just kind of wipe it down. Once again, we are wet still right now, so we don't need to do that. What the wet does is when you put the new concrete down, it adheres to it better. Why? I don't know all the physics to it, but I know that it does work. And this is another thing that I won't need to show you, because if you do have any problems with mixing the sand concrete mixture, it's just something you'll go to one of the home stores, and buy them. All the directions are right on the back. They're very simple. You basically put water in, put some of the concrete in, mix it together, whether you use a trowel, a power mixer. In this case, we just use a hand trowel and just mix it around real quick. Here's a hand trowel I like to use. I like the full length. It just seems when you have bigger areas it works better. You can use a small one. It's totally up to you. So you just take the mixture, put it in, level it out. You're all done. And you just scrape across, and once you have a level surface, then you know you're good. You'll need to let it sit for at least 12 hours before you can work on it. That is the downside. You can't just lay your tile right over top, or else you'll have some issues. Okay, with this floor, we had talked about the height, the raises, and the dips. We didn't quite talk about is cracks. Now this floor doesn't actually have any cracks, but we are going to pretend that this one right here is a crack in the floor, and let's say it extends that long. Now you want to fix this kind of thing before it causes any problems. First thing you actually want to do with the crack is you'll want to widen it. So you'll take your chisel, safety glasses first of all, put safety glasses on, take your chisel, and you'll want to hammer out. I won't do it because I don't want to actually put a crack in, but you'll hammer out the gap even wider. Make sure you got a good 16th, try and get an 1/8 inch wide gap in there, so that when you put the concrete in, because you'll do the same as what you did with the dip in the concrete, is you'll pour some concrete in there and you'll level it out. So you'll want to open that crack up so that you have enough space for the concrete to go into. And that's basically all there is to doing the crack. Make sure, of course, beforehand you sweep it out and clean it up, wet it down just a little bit.